look, I'm not going to buy into all this notion about this is the way the organization is and this is the way it has to be now. It was just a couple of games ago that we did bunts to beat the Rays. And it was said up until that point, oh, no, we can't do that because it's modern baseball now, and they're just not trained to do this. And the Padres have 6 excuses from Sunday every time. So they bring in these pitchers last night because all of a sudden the top 3 guys that they're paying good money to all of a sudden are infirmed or whatever the excuse is. It's time for the Padres to put their big boy pants on. It's time for AJ, Mr. 0.0, to go take a deep dive into his farm system and look for the crap that it is. When you don't have the ability to bring up anything better than what they brought up last night, for God's sakes, I could have gone and picked 5 homeless people off the street in San Francisco that could have done better than that nonsense last night. Here it is. You had the opportunity to get to 500, and you're saving these guys for what? You're not going to get to the playoffs when you look at this type of decision last night that was made by somebody, whether it was, I don't think it was Bob, I think it was the people at the top, as usual, screwing things up. And you're saving your arms for what? You're in a chase for your life to get into San Francisco, a hot team, John, and you've got your best chance to beat them was last night. Your best chance. They were down pitchers too. They've got injuries too. They seem to figure out a way to get the job done. This is shameful on the part of the Padres organization. Shameful. And I'm tired of buying into all this excuse crap. The excuses are running out. They really are. And you can hear it today in people's voices. And I stand with them. This is nonsense. This franchise is going nowhere underneath this leadership at the top if this continues like that.
You know, the one guy that I would have thought, Kevin, that would be unavailable last night would have been Steven Wilson because he threw more pitches. He threw, I believe, I went back and chronicled that he threw 42 pitches and Martinez threw 31. And Martinez had thrown, I think, 25 the day before. Maybe him. I thought Hader might be available. He threw 21 over his 2 outings, but it just seems like, and maybe, you know what, maybe I'm not paying attention enough to the other teams in baseball, but, well, I remember a time not that long ago, teams would run a guy out there 3 days in a row to win a ball game.
Well, that's very true. And let me send another memo to AJ. According to MLB Radio this morning, AJ, your team is 7 wins and 33 losses when 4 runs or less. You send up in the 10th inning the 10th inning with Fernando at second as the ghost runner. Here comes your big 3 guys. And what did they do? 0.0. That's where we're at with this team. 0.0. This is not good by any stretch of the imagination. If this team has designs for anything, it needs more than just a trade or 2. It needs more than that at this point. A trade or 2 is not going to help.
We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up.